Hello my lovelies and welcome back to Allotment of the Dead. So today I'm going to be planting up another sink, which I think we had as a spare when they recently done our bathroom, and we were walking around Gardener's World and saw a load more of these absolutely gorgeous Sarracenias. So these pitcher plants that catch all your flies during the summer. Helps to keep the flies away from your house as well. Are going to be something I'm going to be planting today. I'll show you how to do it. Relatively simple. You just need the correct tools for the job and things. Really simple, and yeah, should make this part of the garden a little bit more functional as well as beautiful, because these are absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'll get everything together and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so these absolutely gorgeous Sarracenias here that I got from Gardener's World Live. Oh, this one's getting a little bit dry, so I need to make sure this is potted up quite quickly now. And they're absolutely gorgeous. And you can hear the chimes in the background there as well. Right, so what we've got then here is this nice sink, which will fill with a variety of different things. The planting medium that these need is quite specific in quite a bit of ways, and I'll show you what we're doing. Right. Okay, so this is a nice sink we've got here. Ceramic always makes good. You want a nice little drainage hole potentially in the bottom, which most of these sinks will have. The previous one I've showed you all planted up is a Belfast sink. Slightly different from what this one is. It's not quite as robust. I don't think this will probably last as long. Something falls on this, it'll probably crack it, whereas the Belfast sinks, they do take a beating. So if you can get hold of the Belfast sink for these sort of things, Facebook Marketplace is probably your best bet to have a look for those. Right, let's get this going then. So what we'll do to start with is we'll put a layer of sphagnum moss in the bottom of this sink. So sphagnum moss is kind of the moss that you'd get from places like Scotland and stuff like that. So you can buy it in quite a bulk thing. People use it for hanging baskets and that sort of thing. But hanging the sphagnum moss is the stuff that generally, when it rots down, will make peat. So this is the stuff that the moss in the Highlands of Scotland and things like that, where all the peat is basically dug out from. It starts off with sphagnum moss. Right, your next thing you need is a nice, relatively good quality, hopefully carnivorous plant mix, which is low nutrients. The thing about these particular plants is they don't take a lot of nutrients from the roots and things. Take a lot of water, but not so much the nutrients. These carnivorous plants are built with these nice pitchers on them, which fill with water, and the insect will travel down and get caught in the trap here, and they'll rot down, and that's kind of where they get their nutrients from. They don't need a massive amount of nutrients. One of the things you don't do with pitcher plants is give them any extra fertilizers and things like that. They get all of their fertilizer and everything from the insects and things that they eat. And in the summer, you get to hear a lot of these insects caught in the traps. Lots of bees and things like that. So for this small sink, it will probably need a couple of these bags, maybe even two and a half, three of these. Okay, so we'll add another one there. Okay, we'll come back and add some more in a minute. Next thing we're going to use is a little bit of vermiculite. Just helps the drainage and things like that. We want the roots of this plant to be moist at all times, really, which is why that one being quite dry is quite concerning. I've left it too long, really, until I've planted this. So a little bit of vermiculite will help this drainage, but it also helps keep some of the moisture in as well. I always get mixed up between perlite and vermiculite. Okay, you can add a bit of sand to this at this point as well. All right, so the next thing we need to do is have our pitcher plants, kind of where we want to put them. So this one here, nice tall variety, and we'll stick towards the back of the pot. Okay, and again you see there's bits of vermiculite and things in there as well in the potting mix. So again, you want it kind of level with the top of the pot, nice stuck in there. It will lay down roots outside of this, so that should be fine. The extra mix you can put on top. Okay, we'll have the other tall one that we've got, which is this lovely green variety. And the guy that sold it to us, they said they sell these as the cutthroat pitcher plants. For the obvious reason, it looks like the throats are cut. So, okay, let's get this one in as well. Again, I don't want to try and get this caught up with the bells there, but we'll stick it on the other side. Try and keep them upright, because if they are full of water, which they could be, they've been out here a while, especially while it's been raining and things. Okay, that one's actually stuck into the tubular bell thing. We should be okay there. Right, I might need to move the bells at some point. Okay, we'll have this other nice, absolutely gorgeous looking one. Kind of got these white and pink tinges on it. Again, we'll stick that in the middle there. And again, treat them nicely. And firm them in. Okay. And again, we'll tip the extra on the top there. And we've got this just one little one at the front here. So what we'll do is we'll stick that in there nicely at the front. This one's called Bella, and it is gone a bit dry, so it will need a really good drink once it's done. Okay, right. So the next thing we want to do is top dress this particular sink. There's a bit more in there. Let's tip that out there as well. Okay, so top dressing, we can use a variety of things as we've done before. So we can add some more sphagnum moss over the top. So again, this will help to keep the moisture in. Anything that you kind of use as a mulch on the top will help to keep moisture in. Just remember though that these plants don't like a lot of nutrients. So if there's anything mulch wise that will add nutrients, it's probably not the best thing for these. So we'll give this a really nice dressing of the sphagnum. It could be that sometimes the birds will nick this for their nests, but generally should be okay. Try not to knock these around too much. All right. So that's nicely top dressed with the sphagnum. And what we'll do on top of that is we'll stick a little bit of the bark that you use for orchids. So this again helps to make things look a bit nice. Helps to kind of trap that sphagnum moss in a layer as well. And will make this particular thing look quite nice as well. Right, so I'll put a little bit more there. I've left myself some room at the back there, so that's where the taps would have been. So that area there, I can probably put a couple of pots on. You could add some more of the pitcher plant pots here, or you could use Venus flytraps or something like that. Okay, now we need to water it in. So important thing with these plants is that you don't use tap water. Tap water will kill these plants. They're high in chlorines, high in fluorines, and you'll end up basically over giving too many of these spurious nutrients. I say spurious, it's spurious for these particular plants because they can't actually take those extra minerals and things without it having a major effect on them. So we'll use this rainwater. So this is all collected from the allotment. So we'll give them a nice water in. This one especially at the front here, because it was a bit dry when I planted it in there. So I always bring back a couple of these bottles just in case you get that dry period, especially in the summer, because you really don't want these particular plants to dry out. If they dry out, they will die. But other than that, they are quite, I wouldn't say bulletproof, but they're quite sturdy, hardy plants that will take cold frosts. So these have been out over the entirety of the winter, the other planted up sink, and I'll show you that again. And they'll take snow, they'll take cold weather, no problem. They live in North America, normally in the wilds of North America, so they are used to kind of colder temperatures up there. So right, let's grab the camera and I'll show you kind of what we've done. Okay, so that's the sink all nicely planted up there, and you can see the bark and everything, top dressing that's done really well. You can see down the throat of the pitcher plants here. So these are carnivorous plants. They do take insects. They'll eat everything from flies to bees, ants, you name it. Anything that falls down that trap, it will digest. And that's again how they get their nutrients. So again, just a reminder, no fertilizers, and please no use of tap water. Tap water is really bad for these. Right, let's just show the other sink. You'll see that there's bits that have started to rot off. So these are the old pitchers that were there. You've got these brand new pitchers coming nicely here. So again, variety of different sorts, variety of different colours, and indeed sizes. So you can get all of these from garden centres and things like that, and they kind of grow them as house plants. But like I say, these can be put outside, as I've done here. They are really hardy when it comes to kind of frost and stuff like that, so they will survive. Absolutely gorgeous looking things though. So you get again these kind of white colourings and stuff like that as well. Let's just see if I can stun this one up as well. This has fallen over, I think, partly with the wind. It partly needed, probably because it needed a bit more water as well. I need to bring some more water back from the plot and do this one again tonight, I think. I've already put one on it, but it does need a bit more. The other thing about these, I mean, you can actually cut these dead bits off, make it look a bit tidier if you want to. I generally don't bother too much until they get really, really bad, because again, that will help to feed the plant underneath. The other thing you'll notice is these nice little structures sometimes, and this is the flower of the fly trap. So absolutely amazing things, look like almost like little UFOs, especially when they're first coming out. So you kind of get that thing on the inside there, amazing. But there's quite a few different varieties in this one sink, and some of them are starting to grow quite well now. And yeah, we should have an interesting summer with the bees and flies and things like that getting caught in these. Right. Absolutely gorgeous day today. The good thing about these plants as well is they do like full sun, where you can give it a little bit of kind of partial shade, won't hurt them too much. But they do say like the sun as well. So give them plenty of sun if you can. But make sure they don't dry out. Drying out for these plants is probably the one thing that will kill them more than anything else. So yeah, make sure you've got a nice supply of rainwater. If you've got a water butt at home, all the better. Use that to water these, because you'll get a lot better result from your plants if you do that. That happens generally for most plants. If you water where you can with rainwater, even your allotment stuff, you know, your cabbages, lettuces, all those sort of things, they do absolutely fantastic with rainwater. I try and do that with the peppers and things where I can as well. So this was the other thing I bought from my trip to Gardener's Wood Live in NEC, just probably about a week or so ago now. So I was quite conservative in what I bought, so I didn't really buy a lot. That being said, these plants, they look gorgeous, they look fantastic, they look tropical, but they are a little bit expensive. So always you're going to have to probably take a bit of money with you if you're going to set one of these up, but especially in the first instance. But once you've got them set up, they generally look after themselves as long as you keep them watered, and they'll hopefully help to keep the flies away from your house and things like that as well. So win-win really. Right, I will try and do another video shortly. I'm going to go down the plot and see if I can sort out the tomato area now. So all the best, guys. Take care. Bye bye.